Right, welcome you beautiful souls. Here we are again at the International Dragon Thunder Summit, and we've got another beautiful lady here that's going to be all about dragons, and she's called Andie Queen, but actually very recently she's actually on a honeymoon. I mean, that's dedication to the dragons. She's now called Andie Hannah, and she's going to be talking about her experience with dragons, and she's got some cards, and I always love a few cards. I think we all do. So Andie, I hand over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, especially for bringing all this together. It's so amazing. But I would just like to start today by dropping in with a couple of deep breaths. And then I would like to share some of my story with all of you. Okay. All right. So I have honestly been working with dragons just forever. Since I was a little kid, I was probably in, I don't know, second grade. How old are you when you're in second grade? Who knows? But they came into my life, and I remember having like a purple egg and then like a dragon coming out of that. And it just like kind of grew with me. And I really didn't think a lot of it because I was a kid, right? I was just like, this is the world, life is magic. And then as I got older, I started to get more logically minded, more critical and analytical, and kind of putting these playthings to the side. And for a long time, I really let that go. And then in 2018, I came into Katerina Satori's field. I know you know her very well, Kevin. She is an absolute goddess. And she really led me into this deeper remembrance and like this safe space to remember that life is magic. And then when did you make your first dragon course? What year was that? Do you remember?
I think that was about 2.5 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, I want to say it was like 2020 or so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
time flies too fast, doesn't it? And you lose track. It could have been, yeah, 2020.
Yeah, I have no idea. It wasn't too long ago though. And I remember seeing that and I was like, oh, I'm not crazy. I was like, oh, there's somebody else out here who as love is in love with dragons as I am. And then I started just getting pulled into all of the esoteric teachings around dragons, especially like teachings of Shambhala, which is like golden ages, and how dragons are always associated with that because they are wisdom keepers. You know, they expand your power and your capacity for love. And it's just been such a beautiful journey to come back home into that remembrance. And I'm so excited for everybody who is here to also come back home into that remembrance and share all of the glory and the beauty and the wisdom that comes from that. So since I told myself eventually it's okay to admit that dragons are real, I have not stopped calling myself a dragon since. All of my friends, they call me the Dragon Queen. I don't know why. Anyways, it's a lot of fun. And like working with them is the best way I know how to describe it is kind of like Moldavite. If you know anything about Moldavite, dragons are like that for your soul. And it's such a powerful force to work with. And again, so simple. It's really just about being able to come into presence, right? Because they're always there. So simply just coming into presence and inviting them in, understand what you're inviting in. It's It's about to be a journey. But it is absolutely glorious. They have this ability to completely clear the path before you so that you can find the quickest way back into the temple of your own heart, of your body, of your soul. All right, I could ramble on forever about how I feel about them, but what I'd really love to do is get a channeled message. I always use the means of oracle cards to kind of like open a conversation. I don't know, I feel like I don't read them really. Like, they come with books and stuff, and I'm like, whatever. Okay. So just give me a minute here while I shuffle these out. And in case you guys want to know what we're using, I'm using the Rose Oracle. That's Rebecca Campbell. Okay. The Rose lineage is extremely intertwined with the dragon lineage. Okay, there's one thing I definitely don't want to leave out, and that's that I really believe that dragons are heart womb creators. If you want to learn more about that, there is a book called The Sophia Code that I think is beautiful and really expresses that in a digestible way. So I love using this. And then of course I have dragons, duh, Diana Cooper. And then I also have some starseed affirmations. Okay, Nari and a starseed. Okay, I butchered that. It's cute though. It's a little blue. All right, so I'm just setting my intention to receive whatever the collective needs that is watching this video, to come into a deeper remembrance, into a deeper, more expansive relationship with their dragons, with their dragon hearts, their spirits. I invite all of you who are watching or listening to take a couple of deep breaths and simply open yourself to receive. Ooh, the energy is strong today, guys. I'm like shaking over here. Okay. All right. I always want to start talking before I have everything out. But let me get everything out. Okay. Oh my goodness, I told you I was going to be so emotional. All right, here we go. So today there are 3 different messages, 3 different dragons. Of course, always, I'm obsessed with trinities. So here we are. The first one that is here is the aquamarine dragon of Neptune. enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. Like, this is literally what we were just talking about, guys. This is the truth. Like, you really don't have to sit there and get validation from the external world, because it's so alive in everything. And you can just sit back and witness it and be unafraid to really step into your own wisdom and speak that truth and be that truth and embody that spirituality and those psychic gifts, and know that it's okay, because what is below this is the wastelands. Sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden. Okay, this is very powerful imagery. You probably can't see it too well, but it's a woman on her knees, and there's like a desert, and the ground is cracking, and there's this water pouring from her, and this grass growing around her. But it seems like this desert is unending, right? It's like the water pours from you. We have to pour this wisdom into the world, okay? But first we have to pour it into ourselves. We have to make sure our cup is full, and then let that pour out into the world. Understand that it's not about trying to like fight something or battle something or, defeat evil or something like that, okay? It's really just about stepping into wisdom and stepping into love, and like watching the miracle of that unfold, because it's truly powerful. And that's what connecting to your dragons can do for you, is just whoa, really center you in the wisdom of that and give you the courage, right? There's a huge aspect around courage with these beings. And that's one of my favorite things. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. I'm just actually looking at these cards. Wisdom is in every single one. Okay. The next dragon is the magenta dragon. All right. And this enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Okay. And under that is the card Morning Dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. It's time to understand that it's never too late for new beginnings. Okay, life is continuously unfolding. And again, there's this invitation to bring forward your wisdom, okay? Not to just integrate it and love it within yourself, but to let it go out into the world. And with this accelerated ascension stuff, guys, like I'm sure some of you have experienced some times where you might have felt a little kooky, or sometimes where you might have not felt so good physically. And all of these things are just leading you back to love. Okay. If there's any like physical uncomfortability, it's because there's some place where you are not pouring love into yourself. Okay. And if you're feeling kooky, that's okay. You're on the right track. Okay. Don't ever shoot for trying to be normal, because normal these days is messed up. All right. So with this Morning Dew card, this clarity. All right. I feel like dragons really bring us new eyes. Okay. A new way to see the world. We can see it from a place of courage, of creativity, of power, of beauty. Right? When you look at it through their eyes, there's this message here of being unafraid, okay? A new start, being unafraid. There's something here about releasing karma, right? We don't have to let these old cycles define us any longer. And this accelerated ascension, it's going to be a ride, okay? So I really feel like, if anything, we really all should be taking the time, even if it's just a few minutes a day, to sit with our spirit, to call forth our dragon wisdom, and so just sit in that field and let it hold you and support you and remind you and empower you to continue to be positive in the way that you move, in the way that you live. All right. It's so easy to become negative, all right, and just get in these spirals of like shame or guilt or like even numbness or dulling down our creativity. And it's because, like, again with this wastelands card, like the world can sometimes feel like it's this ah but like, I can't say it enough. You are the change that the world needs. All right. Every single soul, every single person. It's your perspective. It's how you live. It's really how you be. That sounds kind of silly, but it truly is. So many people just go along with the status quo and don't really challenge it. They just argue with it. You don't need to argue with it. Okay? Just live in your wisdom. And that's going to bring me to the last dragon before I get into the bottom deck energy. How am I doing on time, Kevin? Perfect. Okay. Crystal yellow dragon opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. All right. And underneath of that is lineage of the rose. Moved by the goddess. Here for this soul call. Gather. This is what we are doing right now, my friends. We are gathering. Our souls have been called. We have been moved. We have been moved by the goddess, by love itself. And we are all being called together for a reason. And I just want to let you all know, wisdom is another name for Sophia. Okay. And that is, to me, the divine feminine Christ light. Like, you have the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Anyways, I'm not going to go off into a rant about that, but the goddess is here with the dragons. And for me, like, it's kind of all one and the same, but I feel, if you haven't read the Sophia Code, guys, go read it. Okay. They make you wait to the very end to finally get to the dragons, but they're the angels. They're the seraphim. They are the magic that holds the world together and creates it and makes it beautiful and innovates and accepts and supports everything that is. Okay. Crystal yellow dragon. Guys, it's so important when you get called to the dragons, you really are called to devotional service. Okay. And if you are unhappy in your life, or if you feel like something is missing, take a little bit of time to your devotional service. Okay. So many of us really do get caught up in the roles of day-to-day life and have to do's and what we're supposed to be. But it really is time for the world to change. Okay. And it doesn't change by like some huge war, like an apocalypse or blah, blah, blah. Like it's one person at a time, one heart at a time. Okay. That is really the dragon wisdom, is like all for one and one for all. Okay. It's a really big family. And it's so important that we just take time to honor that. Okay. Because we can start to feel so isolated. or really that's it, just so isolated, when we don't connect into our soul, when we don't connect into our soul family, when we maybe push off the dragon spirits so that we can do what needs to be done. Okay, there's just so much love here, so much encouragement to really, really step into your wisdom, to trust in your own heart, and to know that you are enough. Okay, I mean, dragons work with you, dragons work through you. That's freaking awesome. Okay, bottom deck energy is absolutely lovely. The one from the Rose Oracle is the Rose of Venus. Alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. Again, this is what they teach. Okay, they are guiding us back into right relationship with nature, with spirit, with the entire cosmos. And it is through love. Okay, and that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to face truth sometimes, because so many of us have built pieces of ourselves around these stories that aren't real, and sometimes it's hard to let go. But guys, you never have to be afraid of love. Okay, you never have to be afraid of love. Our dragon from the bottom is water dragon. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. 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 I love when they mirror each other. All right, guys. So again, like I said at the beginning, they have this magical ability to just clear your path. All right, just trust in it. Lean back into it. Just be like, I'm here for the ride. That's it. That's how it is when you're working with dragons. You can just sit back and chill and ride and enjoy the scenery. And maybe your stomach turns a couple times because you do a loop-de-doo or something. But in the end, it's all good. It's all good. And it's so important, I think, that we remember that the obstacles in front of us are truly challenges, so that we can remember how amazing and powerful our souls really are. Okay, so we can rise to the occasion. And that's for me, I really feel like what dragons are here for is to help humanity with its ascension into grace. And it tickles me. Ooh, okay, let's get some affirmation cards. How am I doing? How much time do I have left? You good? I'm good. Okay. One more. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to start with the bottom deck on this one. It's signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. Guys, I myself, every single day, something comes into my field where it's just like blatantly like spirit is here, dragons are here, magic is alive. Okay, it's like I could be thinking of something and then the next thing you know, it's like literally right in front of me and not on my phone, like out there. Okay, there's some amazing stuff, and it's important that we honor how amazing it is that spirit communicates through the entirety of it all. Okay, don't I want to say, don't limit your signs. Okay, always keep those, I want to say, dragon eyes open. All right, let your awareness really spread out and see just how supported you are every step. Like, there's not a second where you are unguided or unsupported or like, what do I do next? Like, it's always right there, always. Okay, then we have Gaia. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. All right. Again, I'm going to draw back to the Sophia code. In there, they connect with Gaia's spirit through Sophia Gaia. Okay, and she herself is a heart womb, a dragon. Okay. Grounding is so important. I'm sure all of y'all probably know about grounding, but every day, man, you got to take the time, especially when you are working with these really, really high power energies. Okay. It's so important that you're grounding that in. And ultimately, that's the whole point. Okay, is to integrate it, to embody it, bring it into form. I breathe into the earth every day. For me, lately, I've always been connecting with like this ruby red cord, and it has like all these wings around it. I don't know, it's really cool. You can try that one out. All right, another one is inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world. Okay, I think that's important for all of us to remember. When you look out in the world and you start to become disenchanted or disconnected, okay, remember to look inward. All right, remember to look inside and be like, where am I disconnected from myself? Where am I disenchanted from myself? And then go play with the dragons, okay? And then the last one is creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Guys, that's what we're all here for, to create. Okay, we are creators. And if you aren't creating something, maybe you should ask yourself why. And then step into that.
Wow, 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 wow. That was amazing. Goddess is here with the dragon. Rose lineage, live your wisdom. You are the change the world needs. Wow, what powerful messages. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.